Dear students, in this video, we are going to discuss some of the most important current affairs of recent times. So let us begin. The first news is from the world of sports. So as you would be knowing that from next month onwards, ICC Men's T20 World Cup is going to be organized. So ICC Men's T20 World Cup, where is the venue? So venue is in two countries, two Middle Eastern countries. First country is United Arab Emirates and the second country is Oman. So from next month onward, ICC Men's T20 World Cup is going to be held. So BCCI, the Board of Cricket Control in India, has appointed MS Dhoni as the mentor for the Indian team. MS Dhoni is the mentor. So you have to remember, he is not the coach, but he has been appointed as the mentor. Next news, very good news coming from Himachal. So Himachal Pradesh has become the first state to achieve, or you can say to administer 100% of its citizens the first dose of COVID. So as you are already aware that all the adult population of our country are covered under the currently going on COVID vaccination program, and 2 doses of vaccine is to be given to each eligible candidate, or you can say adult population, 2 doses. So 1 out of 2 doses, so first dose has been administered to every eligible adult candidate in the state of Himachal Pradesh, and Himachal Pradesh has become the first Indian state to achieve this. Next news, recently President's Color Award has been announced. Now what is President Colors Award? So it is the highest honor, you can say highest military honor bestowed on a military unit. The key point here is that it is not given to an individual, rather it is given to a military unit. So the name of the award is President's Color. So you must be aware that as per the provisions of our constitution, the President of India has been named Commander-in-Chief. So this is the position of President as per our constitution, that the whosoever is the President is also the Commander-in-Chief of all the 3 wings of our armed forces. 3 wings: Army, Navy, Air Force. So Commander-in-Chief is the President, and this award is given in his name. So that's why it is known as President Colors Award. So this year, this award has been given to Indian Naval Aviation. So this is a unit associated with Indian Navy. So key point, President's Color Award is given to a military unit, not to an individual. So but when it comes to an individual, what is the highest gallantry award? So the highest gallantry award given to an individual is Paramveer Chakra. Next news, IMF has recently increased India's quota of special drawing rights. Now what is IMF? IMF is International Monetary Fund. You can see International Monetary Fund. So this is a organ of United Nations. So headquarter of IMF is located in Washington DC. Washington DC, America, District of Columbia. So what is IMF? So you can say that IMF is like a global bank, international bank, so which gives loans and provides economical assistance to country on a country level. So IMF, you can say, is an organ of United Nations which acts as an international bank. So there are 190 member countries of IMF. So each of these member countries, they contribute some fund. So a central pool of fund is created by IMF. So this fund is made up of contributions made from different countries. Now, why is this pool of fund made? Why is this fund made? Because whenever the need be, any country can take loan from it. So taking loan from it is known as special drawing rights. You can draw money from that fund. So how much money can a country draw is already determined, that a threshold level is determined. So that threshold level is known as special drawing rights. So why is this recently in news? So this is recently in news because India's quota withdrawing capacity, or you can say the right to withdraw, has been increased. So as of today, the total fund is $456 billion. That means the total fund available with IMF is $456 billion, and India's quota has been increased to $12.57 billion. That means India can withdraw this much money from the fund, International Monetary Fund. It's a fund. Next news. Recently, Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2021 was tabled in the Parliament. Fine. And this bill was passed. It was passed. So when a bill is passed by both houses of the Parliament and it receives consent from the President, then it becomes an act. It becomes an act. So let's discuss about what this bill was about. So you see, I hope you understand what is the meaning of amendment. So whenever any changes are to be made in the provisions laid down by the Constitution, it can be done only through an amendment. You know, the process to make changes in the wordings of the Constitution is the only way out is that you take the route of amendment, and amendment is done when both the houses of the Parliament pass that bill with consent, with majority, and it finally becomes an act only when President approves that. So what was this bill about? So this bill was brought in the Parliament. The main motive was that, see, in our Constitution there is a list, state-wise list, listing scheduled tribes from each state. That means which tribes have been given the you can say status of scheduled tribe. Not every tribe has been referred to as scheduled tribe in our Constitution. So now government of Arunachal Pradesh has requested the government of India that Abor tribe, the name of Abor tribe, be removed from this list. The reason being that the same tribe has been mentioned by other name in this list. So there is no name to mention same tribe two times. So that was the request made by Arunachal Pradesh, and this is why this bill was introduced in the Parliament. It was passed. So the name of the tribe is Abor tribe. Which state is this tribe found in? Arunachal Pradesh. Next news. Recently, a new chairman has been appointed for National Commission for Minorities. So the name of the new chairman is Iqbal Singh Lalpura. So Iqbal Singh Lalpura was a BJP politician, and now he has been appointed as the new chairman of National Commission for Minorities. Fine. So this National Commission for Minorities comes under Ministry of Minorities Affairs. So you must also be aware that who is the Minister of Minorities Affairs in the Modi government. So he is Mr. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi. The next news, government has introduced a new registration mark for new vehicles. So this is known as Bharat series. Now what is the current provision? Suppose that you buy a vehicle in West Bengal, and for some reasons if you have to shift to another state, let's suppose Tamil Nadu, so you have to go for a re-registration. So your vehicle will have to be re-registered in the state of Tamil Nadu. So it was very problematic. So whenever you have to shift state again, you have to go for vehicle registration. So now you don't have to do this. That's why the government has introduced a all India level valid registration mark, that is known as Bharat series. So if you buy a vehicle from now on, you will be given a Bharat series vehicle registration number. So that will start with BH, so that even if you change state, if you switch to another state, you don't have to do the registration of the vehicle again. So you have to remember the name of the series, Bharat series, starting with BH, and what is the purpose behind this. Now next news. So you remember the name of this ship, INS Tabar. So what is meant by INS? I means Indian, N means naval, and S means ship. So this ship which belongs to Indian Navy, name is INS Tabar. It was deployed in African continent. And recently, this ship conducted joint naval exercise with two African countries. So you remember both the name of the ship is same, INS Tabar. It participated, or you can say it represented India in joint naval military exercise with two different African countries. The first country was Morocco. So Morocco is in continent of Africa. So there is a town of Morocco, coastal town known as Casablanca. So on in the waters of Casablanca, near the coast of Casablanca, this joint naval military exercise took place between India and Morocco. So I told you that this ship participated in with two different countries. The first country is Morocco. The location is Casablanca. The second country is Sudan. Same ship, INS Tabar. So this time the location was Red Sea off the coast of Sudan. So Sudan is also located in continent of Africa. So this was the first time that India and Sudan, the navies of both the countries, were conducting joint naval military exercise. Next news again related to Indian Navy. Indian naval ship, in short INS. So INS Erawat reached Indonesia under Mission Sagar. Now you have to remember about Mission Sagar. So if you are a regular viewer of our current affair videos, so we have already discussed in our past videos about Mission Sagar. So Mission Sagar is an initiative of India to provide COVID-19 related assistance to its friendly or neighborly nations located in Indian Ocean as well as Africa. So what is the purpose of Mission Sagar? So COVID-19, India used to supply medical equipments to its friendly nation. So this supply was done through Indian naval ships. So one such ship named INS Erawat has recently reached Jakarta. So Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia. So what is the purpose of sending this ship to Jakarta? So this was done under Mission Sagar, and this INS Erawat, you have to remember the name of the ship, INS Erawat. You have to remember where it ported. So it ported in Jakarta. So what was this ship sent for? It was actually carrying 10 liquid medical oxygen containers. So to remember all this. So next news is from the state of Rajasthan. So Rajasthan government has passed a very tabled a very controversial bill in its legislative assembly. So this controversial bill, the aim of this bill is to allow registration of child marriages. So what is the definition of child marriages? So if a marriage is considered to be legal in India, that the threshold age for girl has to be 18. That means if the marriage has to be considered legal, then the girl has to be either 18 years or more of age, and the boy has to be 21 or more in age. Only then the marriage will be considered legal. But as you know that in India there are many states it is very common to conduct child marriages, and it is very prevalent practice in state of Rajasthan. So what Rajasthan government says that the logic given by Rajasthan government is that suppose that a child marriage takes place. So once a marriage has already been conducted, it cannot be undone, it cannot be invalidated. You cannot say to the girl that he is not your husband. You cannot say to husband that he is not your wife. But it is still illegal. So illegal, that means you have to face some consequences in law. So Rajasthan government said that okay, let us allow people to register child marriage because if marriage has already taken place, we cannot undo that, but at least we can keep a track, we can give punishment, legal punishment. So this bill allows the registration of child marriage, but still the child marriage will be considered punishable offense. So this has been done by state government of Rajasthan. Next news, Tata Steel has recently built India's first plant to capture carbon dioxide at Jamshedpur. So you know that Jamshedpur is a industrial town of Jharkhand, and in the city of Jamshedpur was also known as Tata Nagar because there is a huge Tata Steel plant there. So Tata Steel has built first plant of India which is meant to capture CO2, carbon dioxide. So if you are watching our videos regularly, first such plant in the entire world was opened recently in Iceland, hardly 3-4 months ago, in the country of Iceland. Now, what is the meaning of CO2 capture plant? So, industrial units, they emit carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is considered to be a pollutant for our environment. So, capturing carbon dioxide means you don't allow it to capture to atmosphere. You capture it and put it back to use. So, it is like reusing the carbon dioxide which is emitted through factories. Now, Tata Steel has done the same in in its Tata Steel plant located at Jamshedpur. So it is a steel plant. So blast furnaces, they emit carbon dioxide. So now these carbon dioxide will not be allowed to escape into atmosphere. It will be captured. It will be reused. Next news. Recently, Ministry of Law and Justice have launched a new campaign known as Ek Pehal. So whenever we discuss any campaign, government initiative or campaign, you have to remember what is that campaign about. And the second most important point that you have to remember is that it is associated with which ministry or with which commission. So it is the name of the campaign is Ek Pehal campaign, and it is associated with Ministry of Law and Justice. Now, what is this Ek Pehal campaign about? So, this is about popularizing the concept of tele law assistance. So, tele means you at a distance. So, you can get law assistance by sitting at your home. So just like there are Kisan call centers where the farmers can call and get advice from experts. So same the government wants to do the same for those people who are fighting some kind of cases or who are some cases are pending in court and judiciary. That means you have to a common average people is not aware of all the intricacies of the law. So that's why what government is trying to do here is that government wants to open legal aid clinics. So in this legal aid clinics, like in clinic you have doctors, so in this legal aid clinics government will arrange a panel of lawyers and paralegal volunteers. So you can call in this legal aid clinics, you will get connected to these lawyers, and then you can get advice related to your court cases. So that's why government want to speed the process of delivery of justice. So the name of the campaign is Ek Pehal campaign, which ministry has started this, then Law and Justice Ministry. Next news, Aziz Akhanoch has been recently elected as the new Prime Minister of Morocco. So name Aziz Akhanoch elected as the Prime Minister of Morocco. So for competitive point of view, you have to remember the change of head of states. So if any head of state means Prime Minister and President. For last 6 months, if there have been any change of head of state, suppose a new president of any country or a new prime minister has been elected in any country, you have to remember that for at least past 6 months. So here what is the news? Mr. Aziz Akhanoch has been elected as the new prime minister of Morocco. Next news, in the recently released Safe City Index 2021. So Safe City Index, that means standard of living, how safe is a city for living, what is the crime rate, what is the pollution level. So all that is taken into account, and a Safe City Index is released by Economist Intelligence Unit. So in this list, Copenhagen, the city of Copenhagen. So Copenhagen is the capital city of Denmark. Denmark, is a country located in Europe. So Copenhagen has been declared as the world's safest city. What is the name of the index? Safe City Index. So Copenhagen is on number 1. Now how did India perform? which Indian cities were included in this list? So two Indian cities were included in this list. First was New Delhi. So New Delhi is ranked 48. So if somebody asks which is the safest city of India as per the Safe City Index 2021, answer should be New Delhi. The second Indian city which made it to the list was Mumbai, and it was ranked 50. Next news, Niti Aayog has launched a campaign known as Shunya program or campaign to promote zero population. What is the name of campaign? Shunya. Shunya means zero in Hindi. So zero population. This was launched by Niti Aayog. So the main focus point here is to promote the use of e-vehicles among Indians. So e-vehicles, that means vehicles which use electricity as a fuel, not the traditional diesel petrol. So if you are using electricity in your vehicle, so there is no emission, no carbon dioxide, no carbon monoxide, no sulfur dioxide emission. So that's why it is called zero pollution, totally pollution free. So this is launched by Niti Aayog. You have to remember the key point here is promotion of electronic vehicle. Next news, recently Time magazine has released 100 most influential people's list, 100 most people selected throughout the globe. So this is a very prestigious list. So this year, three Indians have been included in this list. So which three Indians? First, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Second, Miss Mamta Banerjee, Chief Minister of West Bengal, and third, Adar Poonawalla. So Adar Poonawalla and Prime Minister Modi were also included last time also. So Adar Poonawalla is in news because he is the CEO of Serum Institute of India. Serum Institute of India is located in Pune. So why Serum Institute of India is in news these days? Because the COVID vaccination program is totally manufactured here. So bulk vaccine manufacturing is taking place in this institute, and Adar Poonawalla is the CEO. So this personality is very important from current affair point of view. Adar Poonawalla, CEO, Serum Institute of India. Next news, Prime Minister Modi has recently launched a new TV channel known as Sansad TV. So currently, till now, we had two different channels. One was Lok Sabha TV. So Lok Sabha TV showed live telecast and other programs related to Lok Sabha. We know that there are two houses in our parliament. The upper house is Rajya Sabha and the lower house is Lok Sabha. So there were two separate television channels covering proceedings of each house. Lower house Lok Sabha TV, upper house Rajya Sabha TV. Now both these channels have been merged and one single channel have been created, and that channel is Sansad TV. So you have to remember, very important. Next news, UNESCO has declared world's first 5-country biosphere reserve in Amazon of Europe. So it is a biosphere reserve which is spread across 5 countries. So which are these 5 countries? Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Hungary and Serbia. So total area 700 square kilometers. So across these 5 countries, 3 rivers flow: Mura, Drava, Danube. So alongside these 3 rivers are dense forests. So these forests are dense, hence this region is known as Amazon of Europe. Now what is Amazon? Amazon is a rainforest located in Brazil. Amazon is in Brazil, not in Europe. So Amazon is a rainforest located in Brazil. Brazil is in South America. Now what is meaning of Amazon of Europe? So this region built around Mura, Drava, Danube, these 3 rivers covering a total of 700 square kilometers spread across 5 countries. So heavy forest is there, and this region is known as Amazon of Europe. So this Amazon of Europe has been declared as world's first 5-country biosphere reserve because it is spread across 5 different countries. Next news, Union Environment and Forest Minister. So who is he? Mr. Bhupendra Yadav. So Bhupendra Yadav is the Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So he recently launched a portal known as Prana. So what is the full form of Prana? Portal for Regulation of Air Pollution in Non-Attainment Cities. So what is the purpose of this portal? So 132 countries across the 132 cities across the country have been selected, and every day, air pollution, air quality parameters will be measured and uploaded on the portal, uploaded on the website, so that you can visit and see that what was the quality of air in city of Surat yesterday, what was the quality of air in city of Jaunpur. So these kind of 132 cities have been selected, and regularly it will be uploaded. Different parameters associated with air pollution for each of these cities will be uploaded and will be made available online. So name of the portal is Prana portal. Which ministry has launched this? So Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. How many cities has been included? 132 cities. Next news, India and Australia have held their first ever 2+2 ministerial dialogue. Now, what is the concept of this 2+2 ministerial dialogues? So, like many other international forums, now there is a new trend in international diplomacy that whenever two countries want to, carry forward their diplomatic talks, they have come up with a new trend. The new trend is establishing a 2+2 ministerial dialogue. Now, what is the meaning of 2+2 ministerial dialogue? That means each country will send two ministers only, not a full group of ministers. No, only two ministers from country A, two ministers from country B. They will meet and they will have diplomatic talks. So this was the first time that India and Australia were conducting 2+2 ministerial dialogue. India and USA have already made such an arrangement. So India and USA had their 2+2 dialogues 2 years ago. So this time India and Australia were doing this for the first time. What was the venue? Venue was New Delhi. Now the key point that you have to remember here is that, as I told to you, that each country sends two ministers. So which two ministers, it is already fixed. So the two ministers that attend these kind of 2+2 dialogue are foreign minister of both the countries and defense minister of both the countries. That's why 2+2. One minister, foreign minister, second minister, defense minister. So who is our foreign minister? Mr. S. Jaisankar. And who is the defense minister of our country? Mr. Rajnath Singh. So the location was New Delhi. And who represented India? India's foreign minister, India's defense minister. Who represented Australia? Australia's foreign minister, Australia's defense minister. So I already told you what is the concept of 2+2 dialogues. So you must remember that India already has such an arrangement with US and Russia. That means in recent times, India has already held these kind of dialogues. That means 2+2 dialogues with United States and Russia. And now it has also started this diplomacy with Australia. Next news from the state of Gujarat. So Gujarat government have recently launched a new program known as Watan Prem Yojana. Watan means country, Prem means love, Yojana means scheme. So love for your country, Watan Prem Yojana. So the target of this campaign is to receive donation or encourage donations from non-resident Indians. So those Indians who want to contribute economically, who want to donate money for different government schemes, or let's say there is a school in remote village of Gujarat. If some NRI wants to donate some money to that, so it can do it through government. So all these things will be covered in Watan Prem Yojana. So this scheme is related to encourage or promote donations from non-resident Indians. Next news, uh, the agricultural festival of Nuakhai was celebrated in Odisha. So whenever there is a state level festival, it becomes very important for you to remember the name with which that festival is associated. So the name of the festival is Nuakhai. It is an agricultural festival conducted in the state of Odisha. Now what is this festival all about? It is an agriculture festival. Nuakhai. So Nua means new, Khai means edible, crops. So whenever you cultivate the fresh season of crops, So the first batch of that crop is offered to God. Before you use it for your consumption, you offer that as a gratitude to God. So it basically is a cropping related, agriculture related festival from the state of Odisha. Now another state level festival, Arunachal Pradesh. So Solong festival was celebrated in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. So this festival is celebrated prominently by the Adi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. So dear student, this was some of the collection of some of the most important relevant current affairs, keeping in mind the kind of level kind of questions that are asked in competitive exams. So we keep on uploading these kind of videos regularly every week, current affair videos, and apart from current affair videos also we upload many different kind of videos on our channel. So if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do it soon. So you can see hit the red bell icon as well, so that whenever we upload any video you don't miss it. So kindly subscribe to our channel, and if you like, if you want us to make a video on any specific topic, so please write in the comment section which topics you want us to discuss.